What? Hello everyone and welcome to the Dill Pickle Movie Network. I am Dylan Randazzo. I'm in a state of awe right now because the Golden Globes just happened literally a few hours ago. I am recording this video in the wee hours of the night to get it out to you guys as early as possible on the Monday you are hearing this. There's a lot to talk about with the Golden Globes, but first and foremost, I wanted to just show you my raw reactions to all of these. So here is a compilation of all the awards tonight and my reactions live to all those awards. Here we go. Oh, come on, Daniel Kaluuya. He's gotta win.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Woo!
John Boyega.
Whoa! Come on, Catherine O'Hara. That's my prediction. I haven't seen any of these, but Catherine O'Hara. All right, another pretty predictable one there, but well deserved. So, it's pretty predictable so far. Okay, so this should be Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. This is my surest bet of the night. This was Aaron Sorkin for Trial.
Aaron Sorkin, The Trial of the Chicago.
I called it. I think it's gonna be Emma Corrin for The Crown.
Emma Corrin, The Crown.
Emma Corrin for The Crown. Nice. I gotta watch that. Heard it's really good. So, Leslie, come on. Oh, okay. All right. Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, John Batiste. Come on, Soul. He said Sal. I think he meant Soul. Tracy Morgan. Gotta love him. Soul won. Easy prediction right there. It's either Eugene or Jason Sudeikis. I think it's gonna be Eugene. Jason Sudeikis. Okay, I knew it was one or the other. He's wearing a sweatshirt and all, you know. Schitt's Creek? Yeah, I mean, that's last time they can award it. And then there's Dan Levy. So Dan Levy didn't win for supporting, but he's getting the award here for Schitt's Creek. So, oh, I hope Maria Bakalova wins. I hope she wins so badly. Music, boo.
Rosamund Pike, I care a lot.
Rosamund Pike. Okay, honestly, I'm fine with that. I thought it was Maria's to lose, but Rosamund Pike is awesome in that movie. So, Al Pacino looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. Jason Bateman.
Josh O'Connor.
Josh O'Connor. The Crown. The Crown is sweeping. Minari.
Minari.
Yay! The Crown. It's swept. Could be Amanda Seyfried. It could be Glenn Close.
Goes to my bestie, Jodie Foster.
What? That came out of nowhere. Gillian Anderson. The Crown is sweeping. I gotta watch The Crown. The Crown has won actor, actress, drama, and now supporting actress. I mean, here's where we're gonna see some Queen's Gambit wins. Ah, I love Shira Haas.
Anya Taylor-Joy for
Yep,
the Queen's
Anya Taylor-Joy.
The Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. Told you, it's the hot new show. This is gonna be Chadwick's category. I feel it.
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman.
And hun, you keep on coming. Thank you.
I mean, that's a hard act to follow, but this is a pretty awesome category, especially considering we have 3 women nominated, so. Yes! Anything but music. Anything but music. If music wins, I will never watch another movie again in my life. Borat! Okay. That was like the 3rd thing I thought would win. I thought it would be either Palm Springs or Hamilton, but Borat winning, it's not music. I'm very happy, So now that Borat won Best Film, I'm thinking maybe Lynn will win this one. I did predict Sacha Baron Cohen for Borat, but I'm wondering if Lynn will win here. Sacha Baron Cohen? Sacha Baron Cohen. Okay, so my prediction was right. So they did not award Hamilton, so we're not getting a Lynn speech. This is the toughest category of the night. Could go to Viola, could go to Vanessa, could go to Frances, could go to Andra, could go to Carrie, so I have no idea. Okay, this will probably determine who the Oscar frontrunner is. Let's see.
Andra Day.
What? She was the one that I thought wouldn't even get nominated at the Oscars. What? I think it's going to be Trial of Chicago 7, but after Andra Day won, I have no idea what's going to happen anymore. Nomadland! Wow, okay. I thought it was too small of a movie for, like, the Hollywood Foreign Press to get excited about. This is awesome. Nomadland's going to win Best Picture. Locking it in right now. Awesome way to end the night. Now that you've seen my reactions, I assume you know that I was pretty surprised with some categories more so than others. Here's the deal. The Hollywood Foreign Press, I'm not saying they get it right all the time. I'm not saying they get it wrong all the time. It's an awards body. It's always subjective. So first and foremost, all of these awards are subjective. So my surprises are not necessarily because I think the people winning these awards aren't deserving. It's because just based on the trends we've seen and the people who have been hyped up about and talked about the past few weeks and months, they were just surprising names to pop up over some of the other names that I was predicting. That's the only reason why, if you saw I was upset with any of the awards or shocked, it has nothing to do with the talent of the winners. So I wanted to preface that first and foremost, that all these winners, to some extent, I haven't seen all of them, but I believe they are all deserving in some way, shape, or form, and this is the awards we got, so let's talk about them. Starting off with the TV awards real quick. As I said, I'm not a huge TV person. I don't watch a ton of TV. But I will say there weren't any huge shocks across the board. I think the only real shock was Dan Levy not winning for supporting actor for Schitt's Creek. But John Boyega won for Small Axe, and I think he was great in it. So I have no complaints there. All across the board, I mean, yeah, Jason Sudeikis won instead of Eugene Levy. That's not what I predicted. But I think we already knew going into this that Ted Lasso and Schitt's Creek were battling out for both TV comedy and as well for Best Actor. So I'm not upset that Jason Sudeikis got it. Josh O'Connor for The Crown. Again, I was predicting Jason Bateman, but at the end of the day, seeing The Crown sweep all the awards it was up for, it does not surprise me now looking back that The Crown won everything. So that's the TV awards. We're really moving on to movies because this is where a lot of the surprises happen. And I think we should start first and foremost with Andra Day winning for Best Actress in a drama film for The United States versus Billie Holiday. I think 4 of these could win. I said earlier, Andra Day, I don't really see winning this category. Andra Day, as I explained in my video, my predictions video, which you can find up in the top corner if you want to go back and see what my predictions were headed into the Globes. Andra Day was not even on my radar. It was basically a 4-way race between Viola, Vanessa, Frances, and Carrie, and it really turned into a two-way race between Frances and Carrie. Andra Day has not been on anyone's radar. And I did say, she's a double nominee. She's also nominated for Best Song, so they might award her in one of those categories. I just truly didn't think this would happen, especially because she wasn't nominated for the SAG Award. That slot went to Amy Adams for Hillbilly Elegy. I think now, seeing Andra Day win, I don't necessarily think she's the front runner for the Oscar. I still think it's between Frances, Viola, Carrie, or Vanessa, but I think it's very safe to say that Andra Day will get that 5th slot. I think a lot of people were wondering, would it be Amy Adams getting that 5th slot? Would it be Rosamund Pike? I think with this win, beating out all these juggernaut performances that have been talked about so heavily in the forefront of this news, I think Andra Day is a pretty guaranteed lock to at least get a nomination for an Oscar now. If she doesn't, I'd actually be pretty surprised. I'm going to check that movie out soon. I've not seen it yet, but I heard decent things about it, especially her performance, so I am now excited to check that out. Another movie I haven't seen that won for Best Supporting Actress was The Mauritanian for Jodie Foster. Now, this was an award that was a little hard to predict because Maria Bakalova wasn't in this category. She was up for lead. We didn't have Yoon Jung for Minari in this category, who is one of the frontrunners, supposedly. I had not seen The Father, and I had not seen The Mauritanian, so it was really, my mind was going between Glenn Close and Amanda Seyfried, and I'll admit, I was surprised to hear Jodie Foster's name, but I was more excited just not to hear Glenn Close's name. Listen, I love Glenn Close. I think she deserves an Oscar. She's already won a Globe, but I think she deserves an Oscar somewhere down the line in her career. But I don't think this is the movie she should win for because I don't think it's her best performance, and I don't think the movie suits her talents well enough. So when Glenn Close finally wins that Oscar, I hope it's for a movie that she truly earns it and deserves it for, rather than just a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm glad the Globes didn't take that path. I think now this blows up the category for the Oscars even more because I think Maria Bakalova not winning for lead here hurts her in the Oscars chances. I think Amanda Seyfried not winning here. I think Glenn Close not winning here. Olivia Colman not winning here. I don't know how that fares for them at the Oscars. I think the SAG is going to be what we really have to keep our eyes on, the SAG Awards, to see who is going to be the front runner for this category. Because right now, Jodie Foster wasn't even on my radar to get a nomination for an Oscar, so the fact that she won for supporting actress means that, enough people are paying attention to her. Now, there could be some vote splitting, obviously, so if you had 10 people vote for Frances and 10 people vote for Carrie and 15 people vote for Andra Day, Andre Day's going to win. Whereas if all 20 of those people that split between Frances and Carrie voted for Carrie, Carrie would win 20 votes to 15. It's a lot of math to break down, but that's kind of how I see it with these two categories, with Best Actress in a Drama and Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture. I think there was some vote splitting because there was not a clear favorite, and I think that's where we see these underdogs kind of slip through. And it could happen again at the Oscars. I would not be surprised if Andre Day does get nominated and maybe wins an Oscar for this. I do think it is, at the end of the day, going to be between Frances McDormand and Carey Mulligan, but who knows? Some of the categories that were not surprising at all. Soul winning for Best Animated and Score didn't really surprise me. As I said, Aaron Sorkin was a lock for Trial of the Chicago 7 for Screenplay. Minari was a lock for Foreign Language. I'm glad Chloe Zhao won for Nomadland. Sacha Baron Cohen, I was predicting him in comedy, but here's the thing. I didn't think Borat would win both Best Picture and Best Actor. I thought because they wanted to give Sacha Baron Cohen the platform to give a great speech, and Lin-Manuel Miranda a platform to give a great speech, I thought they'd both win. One for picture, one for actor. But it turns out that Sacha Baron Cohen won both, for Borat and for Best Actor in Borat. So I think it's interesting that Hamilton didn't win. You know, there was all this controversy on whether or not it's a movie or not, whether or not it should be counted, and they voted for it to be nominated. So I thought because they were accepting it to be nominated, they were just going to give it the win. But that didn't happen, and Borat won a lot. What it didn't win, as I said, was Maria Bakalova, and here's one of the other big snubs of the night, was Maria Bakalova for Borat's subsequent movie film. Instead, we saw Rosamund Pike win for I Care a Lot. I really liked I Care a Lot, and I really liked Rosamund Pike's performance in I Care a Lot. It's an interesting movie because you see the whole movie from the villain's point of view. You're not supposed to root for this character, but because Rosamund Pike's performance is so good, you still want to see what they do, what she does with her every move in the film. And I think that was just such a different performance that I think I understand why they awarded it to her. I just assumed because Maria Bakalova was getting so much great attention from critic circles for her performance in Borat, and the fact that she was standing, toe-to-toe with Sacha Baron Cohen and even out-acting him in some scenes, I thought Maria Bakalova was a lock here, but she wasn't, and that's fine. Sometimes we think, people are locks and the Globes come and blow everything up and, put new frontrunners in place. So Rosamund Pike could be a contender for that 5th Best Actress slot at the Oscars, but I think Andre Day winning maybe solidifies her as a 5th slot. Or what we could see Oscar time is maybe one of these 4 main actresses, Vanessa Kirby, Viola Davis, Frances McDormand, and Carey Mulligan, maybe one of them won't even get nominated, and both Rosamund Pike and Andre Day will get nominated for Best Actress. It could happen, and if it does happen, I think Vanessa Kirby would be the person to get snubbed. I think she gives a great performance. I don't want to see her get snubbed, but if Rosamund Pike and Andre Day really get these big campaign pushes from Netflix and Hulu, we could see Vanessa Kirby or even Viola Davis, maybe Frances McDormand, Carey Mulligan. It's crazy to believe, but we might see one of them kind of get shuffled aside and might not even make it to the Oscar 5 that get nominated. Chadwick Boseman's got this Oscar in the bag, especially after tonight and seeing that speech. It made me emotional, and you saw it in the reaction video earlier. It made me emotional, and I think a lot of people who are watching tonight are going to be even more inclined to vote for him for an Oscar. I think more people are going to want to check out his performance and then realize that he is totally worthy of an Oscar. So rest in peace, Chadwick. It was an emotional night, but I'm glad you got your gold. And it's upsetting. I'm getting choked up, but thank you, Chadwick, and congratulations. One of the snubs was Speak Now for One Night in Miami as Best Song. I just assumed Leslie Odom Jr. because he wasn't going to win supporting because Daniel Kaluuya is the clear frontrunner. I thought they might award him in Best Song. They gave it to Diane Warren. So, again, can't complain. I haven't heard the song, so I have no business to say whether or not it deserved it or not. I think this is one of the categories that everyone just kind of rallied behind a certain contender, and right now we're seeing a different song won. The last thing to talk about is the biggest award of the night, which is Best Drama. And we knew this was kind of a race between Nomadland and Trial of the Chicago 7, but I did think, just because of the history of the Hollywood Foreign Press, they go for more of the crowd pleasers. They have given awards to films like Moonlight in the past, things like Boyhood, but generally they tend to be more attracted to those bigger, more crowd-pleasing films, the ones that are less artsy and more action and plot-driven. And then that's why I was worried that Nomadland would win director but not picture. I'm very pleasantly surprised that Nomadland won. A lot of people were saying, well, of course it did. It was a lock, but I don't think it was a lock here. I think it's more of a lock for an Oscar than the Golden Globes, but I think because the Globes did still award it tonight, I think it is far and above the frontrunner for the Oscar. If it doesn't win the Oscar, obviously we could see things happen with the BAFTA, the PGA, which is the Producers Guild Award, the Directors Guild Award, even the SAG Ensemble Award sometimes as an indicator. We could see a film like Minari maybe contend because, Minari wasn't up for Best Drama. It was not eligible. So Minari could be the potential spoiler to Nomadland, but I think Nomadland right now is making a really good case. If you haven't seen my review, go click in the upper right corner for Nomadland and Minari, because I think those are the two films now that we're really going to have an eye on. I think this Golden Globe ceremony kind of ended the chances for The Trial of the Chicago 7 to win Best Picture, just because this is the group that would have awarded it the easiest, I think, just based on history. That's all the awards. Again, a lot less tell, a little more show, because I just showed you all my reactions prior to this. So, again, it's awards, it's all subjective, but it's fun to follow. It's fun to have these award ceremonies to recommend these films to other people who aren't necessarily seeking out all these indie films like Nomadland and The Father and even Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which is on Netflix, but didn't really get this huge Netflix boom. It'll be interesting to see what happens for Oscar season with nominations and all. We're going to put it on the back burner because that's not for a little while. I just want to tease some things in March. So every Monday, I posted one earlier, you will see a Marvelous Movie Monday with me and Kelsey Kilpatrick. It is a podcast devoted to Marvel talk. We are approaching the last episode of WandaVision next week, so we will be talking about that and then jumping into a villains ranking. So if you're a Marvel fan, head over to that podcast. We also have a couple other shows to promote, which I will announce in the middle of the week. Everyone, thanks for watching. Stay golden. See you later.